What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to J Rich Fit's Lifestyle and Health Coaching Corner. We're on episode 40. We made it all the way to 40 so far. Today's topic is simple fitness tips part 2. So, like I said in the past, I've been doing this job for 10 years. I've heard it all. I've seen it all. And within that time, when it comes to my own dieting, when I was getting ready for different sporting events or clients trying to give them some insight on dieting, I have a long list of diet tips, fitness tips. And today we're going to go into a mixture of both. How to lose weight, gain muscle, easy tricks, simple things. And we're going to dive right into it. So where is the first place you have to work on to lose weight? Everybody always thinks it's dive into the gym or go run 1,000,000 miles, but really, the simplest answer is right next to you. What you want to do is tackle your mental state first. So, your brain, your emotions, how you're feeling, all that shit is exactly the first place you need to go before you could ever pick up a weight. So, mentally, it's big. Your brain being one of them. If you have clouded judgment, or if you're not thinking straight or you're not thinking right, you're probably going to make the wrong decisions or rush into decisions that are going to get you hurt. So you have to clear your brain first. You have to make sure you're thinking straight. You have to make sure you're on it before you could ever think about going to the gym, doing that stuff. Physical well-being. How is your body feeling? Are you hurt? Are you eating the right things? Are you drinking the right things? Because if you're an alcoholic and you decide to go run, you might dehydrate and pass the fuck out. If your back is unaligned, or if your muscles are tense and you decide to lift weights, you can rip your muscles. All those big things. So it's like, how are you feeling physically? How are you feeling mentally? You have to make sure that you're taking care of these things. Make sure you're stretching, make sure you're drinking water, make sure you're eating the right foods before you ever jump into the gym to work out. And then how's your lifestyle? Are you living that shitty lifestyle that I was just talking about? If you're living a super shitty lifestyle, lifting weights isn't going to help you out at all. It's not going to make you feel better. It's just going to mask your physical problems. It's going to mask your mental problems, and then those all spill out. I mean, prime example, I always reference shit that I seen at the gym. I remember I was like a teenager and I was going to Bally's when Bally's was still a place to work out at, and there was this guy there, and he was yoked out, but you can tell he's built slender, but he was super yoked out, but he had to be in his 40s. So by looking at his body, you could tell he does some extracurriculars. When I'm talking about like steroids or HGH or something like that, because the vascularity in his muscles, the youth in his muscles didn't add up to his age, first of all. And then how his teeth look all fucked up. His skin looked all fucked up. You can tell he was a heavy drug user, but his muscles looked amazing. Steroids will do that to you. And all the guy would do is walk around all the time, mugging everybody. He dressed super jailhouse status. He had the wife beater on and the cut off fucking khakis, and he had the long socks on. And you could tell that he was trying to really depict this persona. He would mug men, women, and children the whole time in the gym. Not say hi to nobody. Extremely aggressive. So you can tell mentally and physically he was in the worst state on the planet. And I remember being a kid and always saying this joke. I said, man, that guy is so mentally unstable, I swear he'll end up killing somebody. Not knowing that statement was actually to come true inside the gym like a year later. So I'm off to college playing sports, and long story short, because this guy was so mentally unstable and because he wasn't in the right space physically, it didn't matter how he looked in the mirror. He could look like $1 million, but he'd only see 50 cents. He ends up killing somebody in the gym because they were messing around with the same chick, and he was in such a horrible mental state that instead of him fist fighting the guy, he goes behind him and beats him with a like one of the lat pull down bars. The guy he ends up beating to death is not in the same shape as him. Didn't look the way he looked, but probably was just a more mentally and physically healthy person. He probably laughed a lot. He probably had a good time when he went out. He didn't look physically like this guy, but it didn't matter how physically he looked because he mentally was destroyed. So, like I said, instead of him fighting the guy, or instead of him having words with him, his only way to get back at him was by beating him to death with a pipe. The moral of that story is what I was just saying earlier. You gotta be right mentally. You gotta be right physically. But when I say physical, I don't mean muscle. I mean your body has to feel good. You have to feel good about your body before you go into the gym and before you think that the gym is going to save everything. Because that's the big issue. Is people swear the second that they get in shape that all their problems are going to go out the window. Life is going to be super easy. The only time life gets easy is when you mentally understand that being alive is a gift and everything else is secondary. That's when life becomes easy because you're making it easy on your brain. You can make things harder or easier just by how you think about them. And if you're not in that state, everything's gonna be hard. Every step of the day, every problem that you have is gonna be 1,000 times harder because you are in a weak mental state. And that guy was in a horrible mental state, and shit like that will happen. So don't think that lifting or just jumping right into it is going to save you. You gotta be right mentally, you gotta be right physically. What happens if you're not mentally and physically in the right space? You're defeated before you start. So before you even think about working out, you're already fucked up. The idea sounds great, but the action not happening. You're gonna tell yourself, all right, Monday I'm gonna start. You don't start on Monday, and Tuesday comes around. You're already telling yourself, whoa, I should have started on Monday. Now it's already too late, so I'll just wait till next Monday. Then that turns into next Monday, whatever the fuck. So you're defeating yourself before you even make the first move. My best advice is don't go off of, I'll get started Monday. Literally the second that you think about it, find time that day and go do it. It could be anything. I tell people this all the time. We think that has to be 2 hours in the gym right away. Go outside, run around your block a couple times. You just did more running around the block a couple times than thinking about what you're going to do the next day or how you get started here and there. So right off the bat that day, if you're thinking about making that change, do it right now. Do 50 push-ups, do 40 sit-ups, do anything that you can that you know, oh, I'm going to feel this tomorrow. I feel like I'm burning more calories right now. That's the best advice, because now you're putting your brain in a positive state instead of always thinking, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it next week, or I'm going to do it a month from now. And then you're going to look back and within that time you've gained 5 pounds, you gained 10 more pounds, and you're a fucking boulder going down the hill. The faster and faster you allow it to go down, the harder it is to stop it. So you need to catch it right away. And make sure if you're thinking about working out today, go do anything. Fucking anything. Go on a bike ride. Go on a walk. You could walk around the block a couple times. That's still better than just sitting around. So defeating yourself before you start is the worst thing you possibly do. Give yourself some positive reinforcement. Allow yourself some leeway just to get started. Depression makes it hard to lose weight as well. So a lot of people go into this depressed state because they're 5 pounds out of shape, or 5 pounds over what they're normally used to. Then that turns into 10 pounds. Then that turns into 50. Then it turns into 120. Then you just look at these pictures and you're like, who the fuck was this in shape person? I don't even remember that person. So depression is huge, and we have so many there. Like I said, your depression is dictated on you and what you allow to depress you. There's a lot of shit that happens to the average human being on a daily basis, and it is up to you to see how much it affects you. Another story, I had an old coach and I had my dad. My old coach, his father passed away, super sad. His dad was in his 80s, around the same time my dad's brother passed away. A little bit sadder because he was in his 50s at the time, still young, still had a little bit of life to kind of live and live out. I watched, and both these men are close to the same age. My coach, that his dad passed away, he didn't hit these same milestones my dad did. He didn't have kids. He wasn't married. All these things. I watched him. It took him 3, 4, 5 months just to get back to normal because he was just so crumbled because the depression just hit him so hard. I watched my dad cry for one day. Then a day after that, absolutely fine. Months later went by, talked to my dad. I said, man, how did you only cry for one day after your brother died? And my dad looks at me and goes, hey, you see this house? You see your brother? You see your sisters? You see your nieces and nephews? I'm at the center of all this. If I crumble, everybody crumbles. So I need to stay strong for everybody. Because at that stage, he already had his own life. He had his own kids. He had his own wife and house. Where my coach didn't have all those things. So his life was based on still his parents and what goes on with them and was disheveled. So the mental state, everybody goes through all these things. There's not one thing that's more than the other, and depression can affect one person off of something minute and not affect somebody off of something that's humongous. It's how you decide to handle it. And if weight and fitness is something that depresses you because you're not where you need to be, only you can change that shit. Nobody else can change that for you. You will decide one day to get your big body off the fucking table, off the couch, off the ground, and go do something. But until that date, you're fucked. Because you're going to be your biggest fucking enemy. And you'll never get to where you need to get to. So nobody could teach you or tell you anything and get you through that depression. You need to just one day, it'll hit you, you'll have an epiphany, you'll get up and you'll go do it. But until then, depression is a very hard way to lose weight. And then your body won't work correctly. Your brain's not in the right place, you're not focused, you're not thinking, you're not enjoying it. Fitness is not fun. I tell people all the time, I've been working out my whole life. Would I rather do anything else that's fun? Fuck yeah, would I rather go to an amusement park or sit and watch TV or eat ice cream? Fuck yeah, I'd rather do that than go work out. But guess what? That's not going to get me to the health goal I need to be at, or that's not going to get me into the shape I want to look like. So I have to go to the gym. I have to do these things to get to where I need to be. Don't fool yourself into thinking that all these people that go to the gym love going to the fucking gym. If you love going to the gym, you have a mental issue. You need to get more hobbies and you have to enjoy life more. Because fuck the gym, in all honesty. I just know that it gets me where I need to be, so I gotta be there, so I have to do it. It's not a fun place. So if you're having that issue as somebody that's not in shape, trust me, for somebody that is in shape, it's not fun for me either. But guess what? I go do it because I feel good after. You need to adopt that same feel-good feeling when you leave the gym. Get in there, get your workout in, get the fuck out, feel good, enjoy the rest of your day, pass that on, and repeat. Now, let's dive into the tricks. I had to get you through the mental and physical state first. Now let's get into some of these tricks that will help you get through it. The first one is called the plus-minus lifestyle. It's simple, it's easy, it works just like this. If you're past the age of 12 years old, you know what's good to do and you know what's bad to do. You learn from 0 to 12 what these all are. But by the time you hit 13, you know what you should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to not stealing or doing your homework, or as you get older, not hitting somebody or whatever the fuck. We know good from bad. That's the point. Fitness is the same exact thing. Pluses are the good things that you should be doing, and minuses are the bad things that you should not be doing. If you're living, so throughout a day, you could either write them down or you can keep them tracked in your brain. Every time you do a plus, you're going to mark it. Every time you're going to do a minus, you're going to mark it. Pluses are going to the gym, waking up early, stretching, making sure you're drinking enough water, taking vitamins, eating vegetables, eating fruits. Negatives, sleeping in super late, sitting on your ass watching TV, eating shitty ass food, drinking soda, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer. You're going to tally all these up. If you, at the end of the day, at least 5 days a week, have more pluses than you do minuses, you're going to lose weight, you're going to gain muscle, you're going to be in better health, you're going to feel better. If you have more minuses than pluses, then you got the complete opposite of everything I just said. It's the simplest way. In fitness professionals make shit so fucking hard because they want to sell you all this bullshit. I'm here to make it super easy for you. Live your life based on plus and minus, and make sure you have more pluses than you do minuses. And that's not even just for health. That could be for happiness. That could be for income. That could be for so many things. If you're doing the things that you know that you should be doing. That's the thing, is us as adults, we act so stupid in all these categories. Finances, fitness, relationships. When we know exactly what we should be doing is positive. And we know exactly how to do them. We're just lazy and we need excuses. Adopt this lifestyle. If you're somebody paying attention to this, it will save you so much time. It will get you exactly to where you want to be faster. But that's pretty much it. It's just live a more plus lifestyle and don't live as much of a negative lifestyle. I'm not saying don't live negative at all. There's some things, obviously, they're fun indulgences. That's why they're negatives. That's why they don't help your body out. Sugar doesn't really help your body out that much. Alcohol doesn't really help your body out as much. But in moderation, tastes great. It's fun. You need some life. You can't just be plus all the time. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Just like too much of a bad thing is a horrible thing. So, even or play with it. Let's use an 80-20 rule. Live your life 80% plus, 20% minus, and you'll have a pretty good life. If you do 100%, 90%, you'll have an amazing life and you'll never have any real big issues. But realistically, try to do 80-20. Trick number 2. Calorie output versus calorie input. Losing weight. I've touched on this a couple times, but I like to always come back to it just because us as human beings, we have such a short attention span. You need to hear things a couple times so it can really hit you in your head. Do more than what you're putting into your body, and you're going to look better than the opposite. So if you're living a very active lifestyle, you go on walks, you go on hikes, you work out, you run, you bike, you're putting all these calories out. Your body's really working and just pushing everything out. You're going to lose weight off this. Your muscles are going to fire off. Your muscles are going to look good. You're going to look cut, strong, all that shit. When you're putting more calories in, it's just not good for our bodies. Our bodies can't handle all our arteries, our blood pressure, our fat cells. Like, we don't need all that extra shit hurting us. So don't put so much in. Your body will let you know. You shouldn't always be so full and so stuffed every day after you eat. You should at least once or twice a day at least feel a hunger pain. Don't be eating so much to where you don't even feel hungry. That's fucking ridiculous. That you're that consistent on eating, but you're not that consistent on checking your fucking bank statements, or you're not that consistent on picking your kids up from school, or you're not that consistent on going to the fucking gym. That's why you look the way you look, because you're putting your food priority above everything. And especially now with people in quarantine and adding the weight, this should be such a shocking time. How are you this? Everybody across the board looks so young and so youthful 6 months ago, and everybody looks fat and fucking horrible now. How you let that happen? It's up to you. Like I said, it's a mental thing. And a real easy way to get started is just make sure you're putting out more calories than you're putting in, and drink more water. And you'll notice how fast you'll lose weight. Do more active things. If you're not used to running, go run. If you're not used to biking, go bike. If you don't swim, go swim. And get that activity out. Feel tired. When you wake up, feel a little tired, feel a little groggy, feel a little sore. And your body's going to look better and better and better. And then trick number 3, which is my favorite trick of all when it comes to losing weight, feeling better, looking better, is get rid of stupid fucking people in your life. Stupid fucks are gonna make life so hard because they see you trying to do something great and they don't want you to do it because they don't want you to be better than them. So they'll try to pull you down. They'll try to slow you down. They'll try to shit on what you're doing. But the second you get rid of stupid fucks, life just opens all the way up. All these opportunities that you didn't know you had because these people are trying to block it out of your fucking view or out of your fucking window. Get rid of them. You don't need them. If you notice you're not in the space you need to be in, it's probably because the people around you are in shitty spaces. If you want to stop drinking, get away from people that drink a lot. If you want to stop being fat or eating bullshit, get away from people that keep asking you, hey, you want to go eat at fucking Chili's or McDonald's? Get them motherfuckers out of there. Gravitate more towards the people that are like, hey, you want to go on a hike? Hey, you want to go work out? Hey, do you want to take a cooking class together? Positive things. But stupid fucks, you gotta get rid of them. They're no good for you. There's no room for them. I've never met somebody that had a lot of dumb fucks with them that was just doing amazing. It's that old saying, show me a picture on this planet, unless an eagle is eating one of them, they've ever seen an eagle soar with pigeons or an eagle soar with chickens. You always see eagles flying with eagles. You see pigeons eating garbage with pigeons, and you see chickens cooped up in a pen eating feed with other chickens. What do you want to be? That's what you should really be asking yourself, and you are the only one that controls that. Nobody else controls what you decide to be or you decide to choose. They could hear you complain all the time, and they could sit there and try to give you advice as much as they want, but nobody could force you not to eat something. Nobody could force you to get your ass up and go run. It's only you that can do it. And with these tips I've given you today, distancing yourself from dumb fucking people, taking accountability by eating less and doing more, or living a plus-minus lifestyle, or first and foremost, paying attention to your mental and physical health and tackling that before you do any of this other stuff. If you're somebody that wants to do these things, you will do them. If you're somebody that doesn't want to do these things, you'll always find an excuse why you don't want to do them. And this is all just words. This is all just me trying to motivate you to do it. And that's why I tell people all the time. People always ask me why I'm so rough. I'm just trying to motivate you to do them. And if I was nice to you, you probably wouldn't do it. But hopefully me talking shit directly to you will motivate you and piss you off to go do something. I always tell people, hate me now, but then thank me later, because these words motivate you to get your ass up and get the fuck on. All my best sports coaches always did this. Hit me with a tough love. And that's all this is tough love. I'm not saying that you can't do these things. I'm just saying that if you're going to be fucking lazy, you won't do these things. So my tough love is trying to motivate you to get your ass up and become a better person, become healthier. Because that's all we need. We need more positive thought process. We need more healthy people in this fucking world. Because all the negative dorks that sit in front of a computer screen or are on their phone all day just have negative things to talk about. And I hate negativity, because being negative and talking about negative things is the easy thing to do. Solutions are really hard. And majority of us don't make solutions. That's why the majority of us are fat. That's why the majority of us are fucking lazy. Or that's why the majority of us are working jobs that we don't like to work, because we have no confidence in ourselves. And I'm trying to change all of that. So if you like anything that you heard today, get a hold of me. Drop a little message saying thanks. Or if you have some better insight, or if you need some more insight, always feel free to hit me up. But at the end of the day, this was a quick one. I just want to drop some gems to you guys. Have a great day. Get a hold of a family member. Get a hold of a friend. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you're thinking about them. Tell them how much they mean to you. And spread some positivity, some good energy out there. If you need anything, feel free to get a hold of me. My Instagram is jrich.fit. Remember, I'm selling Jake Shakes today. It's a holistic lunch or breakfast smoothie that helps you think better, helps you feel better, helps you do better. So if you need that, get a hold of me. But besides that, get the fuck out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.